Hello Aquarius, welcome to your 2026 Wheel of the Year reading. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Michelle and thank you so much for all of your support throughout the year, Aquarius. I really do appreciate each and every one of your likes, your shares, your hypes, your subscribes, and of course your comments. So if you would drop me a comment down below, I'd love to hear from you guys. I read each and every one, good, bad, indifferent. So please do reach out. Love to read those comments from you guys. I've put out a lot of cards already, just to save a little bit of time, because I'll be putting out quite a few more. So bear with me, guys, while I do that. And while I'm putting down these cards, I want to wish you all a very happy holiday season. I hope that you're healthy and happy during this time, no matter how you choose to celebrate. And of course, a happy new year, guys. 2026. Can you believe this year has just flown by? So let's take a look here, guys. I'm going to get some tarot down. I've already been meditating on these cards, so just a few more shuffles and we'll get straight into this reading. Now this is for Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising, so feel free to check out both placements here on the channel for messages that may be there for you. Okay, let's put these cards down, and as I'm doing so, just a quick reminder that my Etsy store is open for business when it comes to personal readings, so if you'd like one for yourself or for a loved one, now would be a great time. So you can find me by clicking on the link below, or you can just Google me, Gypsy Insights Tarot on Etsy. That's ETSY. And I want to get a couple of oracle cards to start with. Let's get one from this divination oracle. When it comes to 2026 for Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising, what will you be dealing with here as the main theme for the year for Aquarius? Okay, we do have phrenology. That's an interesting thing, isn't it? Phrenology. Some of you who are unaware, well, you'll see this, you often see heads, I guess, and they have all of these parts of the body that they're attached, or supposedly attached to each part of the skull. And the way that I'm seeing this for you guys, it feels to me like something to do with the mind. Monitoring your thoughts. Oh, okay. Yeah, monitoring your thoughts. I do get, it says certainty on this card. Certainty will prevail, but you have to retreat, monitor your thoughts. Don't dive straight into a situation. Make sure that you are certain of all of the facts before you rush in and do anything in 2026. Aquarius, okay. Make sure you're certain before you do anything. A little bit of a cautionary energy there for you guys. Let's see. When it comes to the energy of Aquarius for 2026, let's see the message. That one jumped out. Steadfastness. Yeah, I would say before you continue on down a track, make sure that you're certain of all the facts before you do so, because you can pivot, you can rewind, you can backtrack, you can change course, but you do seem to be quite singularly focused here, Aquarius. But there's something to be said for, are you certain? Are you certain you're doing the right thing, or are you certain that you're on the right path with regard to certain elements? You know, not everything, but certain elements of the year. Okay, when it comes to your money, your business, your career, let's get a message here for Aquarius for 2026, please. The celebrity. Now, some of you could be dealing with someone who is quite well known, or you are, or you wish to be. Now, the sun energy is someone who is seen. And this is someone who is quite charismatic. This is someone who is very confident, authentic, inspiring. They could be an influencer, or they could be someone on the telly, or they could be someone that you see around you. This person is passionate about what they do. They're very magnetic. They do have an impact. This is someone who is seen in the public, could be quite fashionable as well, certainly independent, noble, generous, and unique. So for some of my Aquarius, you may want to emulate someone like this, or that this is you. But for some of you, I do get that this could be an influence, a powerful influence of someone around you, the sun. And I think that there's an energy around this of being certain. Are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah. Get the facts, guys. Get the facts. Especially if you know someone just from TV, or you know someone just from social media. Often we don't know the real person. So there's something about that I'm seeing. Let's take a look at January. We've got the polar bear. This is the star energy. And when it comes to power and the Eight of Swords, some of my Aquarians out there may be associating power with powerful influence. Something that gives you power, or you may feel like you have less power. But really, it's kind of... It feels very fragile, and it feels very, I have to say it, I'm sorry, it feels very superficial, guys, this power. Yeah, I mean, when we think of star power, we think of people who are in the public eye. They have some kind of something that gives them that special something, right? For some, it could be people who are very charming. It could be people who are very attractive. Whatever it is, guys. There's a need here to look behind the curtain, to look beyond what you may see as powerful. Because it's not real power, guys. I mean, power comes from leading others, not because of material gain, or not because of wanting to be a celebrity. Real power comes from people who are not really wanting to be in the foreground, but rather work steadily, steadfast in the background. Yeah, some of you may be trying to be this person, or trying to work to be this person, or like someone like that. But in actual fact, it may be better to be the person behind the person. See what I'm saying? Or for some of you are, or you feel like you feel that you're behind someone, or that you are the real power behind someone else's star quality. For some, you could be assisting a very high-powered individual. But I do feel that with this power energy, there's something that could potentially take you off track. The quest for power above all else, having power that you feel is going to give you some benefit. Yes, I do feel that there's something here about the need to be cautious around this need or a drive just simply for power or power's sake. Yes, I do think that you feel like you're been behind too long, and you really want to claim this power, step into this full potential. Let the world hear you, see you, taking a stand. Yeah. But there's something here about a warning. Let's see, Aquarius. I'm going to move on to February. Yeah, we've got the mouse, and this is Three of Pentacles energy. There's collaboration, following your dreams, having the courage to move forward, and this King of Pentacles energy. So for some of you, you do have someone around you, Aquarius. For some of you, you might have a backer, or someone who is going to help you. We've got collaboration. This could be somebody who is working on something with you, a project. It could be like a manager as well for some of my Aquarius out there. But it does seem about work, the work that you do. it's stepping out from behind something and being your own person, and having power derived from that. It's not by taking power from other people. It's you investing in self, this other person and also investing in this project and working on it together creatively to bring about something that you want, this star power. But it's not about doing it by taking it from another. I hope that won't be for all of you, of course. That's for very few, but I am picking up that message. Yeah, you have courage, you do, and that's going to stand you in good stead when it comes to moving forward and getting what you want. Certainly, we see this rocky shore and the waves are crashing against these rocks, and yet these rocks weather each storm with strength. They are strong beyond measure. Yeah. And they don't move, when the waves are gentle, the rocks are still standing. When the storm is there and the waves are quite fierce, the rocks don't change, they remain strong, they never falter. So there's an enduring energy around this, an everlasting energy of these rocks. So it's about standing up for yourself, speaking up, being impeccable in all your actions. So I do feel that as long as you're impeccable in all of your actions, this year, 2026, you'll be able to get what you want. But if you're taking action that is not, that doesn't come from that place of courage, it comes from that place of fear. Fear of not being enough, fear of, well, if I want this, I'm going to have to take it because I'm not going to be able to get it any other way, or fear of undermining someone or something in order to get ahead. No, there's a better way, guys. Use this courage for good. Use this courage to follow your dreams, to do the research, to do what you need to do, to be better than the competition. You don't have to steal from the competition. You don't have to try and best the competition. What you do need to do is work on your own thing. Forget about what other people are doing. If there's too much focus on that, that means you're not focusing on your own stuff, your own work, your own career, your own business. If you're too worried about what other people are doing. You can learn from what other people are doing, but it should not be your focus. And if it's distracting you or taking you away from feeling your own sense of power, if it's draining you, or if someone around you is draining you, draining your own personal power, then you have to look at that. Because for a lot of my Aquarius, you have this star power, you have this. So if someone around you is trying to drain that, or trying to take it away, or is not championing that, then I think you have to look at it. You want people around you that are championing you, but not at the expense where it is hurting you, harming you. You have to look ahead with certainty. Are you certain? Are you certain? Oftentimes, Spirit will test us just before we're about to receive the thing we want. So you don't want to be focused elsewhere when 2026 is saying, hey, Aquarius, this is your time. Are you going to miss it by focusing on the competition, or are you going to miss it by focusing on someone else? When opportunity is going to be there for you, the energy is ripe for you. But are you going to restrict your power, or are you going to unleash it in a way which is healthy? Not coming from a place of fear, like jealousy, envy, that kind of thing. we have to, in order to get what we want, we have to be in a place where, Aquarius, we feel like we already have good things. If we come from a place of feeling like we're entitled or we deserve what someone else has worked hard for, that's going to be a very limiting place. Yeah. Now in March we've got the weasel. Yeah, guys, be careful of this energy. Seven of Swords, secrecy, masks, blessings, the Empress. Look behind the curtain again. Not everyone we see in the public eye is exactly how they portray themselves to be, especially on social media, guys. So if you're looking too much at what other people are doing or what other people seemingly have, they appear to be successful, you don't see what's behind the curtain. The devil is in the details. Now, are you certain that what you're seeing is correct? Are you certain that what you're seeing around you is something that is worthy of the sacrifices that you may be making in terms of your own personal integrity? Celebrity just to be a celebrity, fame just to be famous, or are you going to be famous or to be a celebrity because of the work that you do that is good, that is productive? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of these social media type people who are just famous for being famous, or famous for the way they look, or famous for doing silly things on the internet, like breaking the law, or doing stunts, or you know what I mean, guys. And I can't tell you the number of the people that are on these platforms and that are on these reality shows. They're famous just for being silly, or it's not even like it doesn't have any kind of talent to it, guys, is what I'm trying to say. There's no talent there. So look at what you're talented in. Look at what you're talented in and use that to get ahead. Certainly don't be looking at other people and seeing, well, how can I mirror that, or how can I try to be just like this person, because you don't want to be just like this person. I mean, they've got their own stuff, they've worked at it, they've got their own talents. You have to make sure that what you're working on is your own personal strengths, your own talents. That's the thing that's going to get you to be as successful as seemingly someone is around you. Yeah. But again, everyone wears a mask in the public eye. We don't show our true selves. It's just generally not something that people are comfortable with, and oftentimes seeing the truth of people is very uncomfortable. We prefer to see the mask. We prefer to see something on the surface rather than looking too deep. It makes us scared. It makes us fearful. Okay. Now, when it comes to April, we've got the Stork, and in this case it's the Six of Swords. So you could be moving, a new home, new hearth, better times ahead, the Truth, and the Four of Wands. Yeah, for a lot of you are moving. I do get with the Stork, some of you could be becoming pregnant, so beware of that. If it's something that you are not looking to have in your life, the potential is certainly there. Certainly. For some of you may be redirecting because you are becoming pregnant, and your focus is necessarily going to be there rather than on whatever this thing is here, this celebrity situation. Okay. Now, if for those of you who can't get pregnant or are not of that age, I do see a potential move here, a new home. I even see that with if you are pregnant, I see a new home as well. But for those of you with air in your charts, a lot of air. I mean, not just Aquarius. I mean, a few air placements. This is especially so this year. Yes, better times. There's a change in the wind. Better times ahead. If you focus your energy on creating what you want. I mean, some of you are not even sure you want this. This is ambition. There's ambition here, but some of you may be thinking, you know what, actually, I'd just rather have a family and settle down, have a nice home, and concentrate on my family. And I see that here. It could be a choice that you make. Are you certain you want this ambition? Is this something that you've started to try to promote in your life? But you may pivot, as I said earlier. You may change course here, Aquarius. Now, this person around you, I do feel that this person wants you to that you could be in business together. You could be colleagues. There's collaboration there, working together. But for some of you, this could actually be a love partner as well as a business partner, and you could be buying a new home together, getting your finances together. I see a lot of really good energy there. But this celebrity thing may be something that you need to let go of, because it seems to be rather limiting. Yes, now in May, let's have a look. We do have the blue-footed booby. This is indecision or an impasse. Trust and the Seven of Swords. It seems to be, things are looking pretty good around your home, but there could be a mistake made around this ego energy that I'm picking up with this celebrity stuff. Again, it won't be for everyone. It's very much a situation where there's a real need to look. Are you sure? Are you sure you want this? Are you sure? Because for some of you, this impasse, it's a blockage. It's something that you could be trusting someone too much here, Aquarius. Are you certain? Are you certain? I do get someone around you kind of blocking the path, if you will, and not literally. It feels like somebody who isn't telling the truth, or maybe not telling the truth, but it's like omitting things. People who should be telling you something that's important. It's a little bit of a hypocrite energy. I'm not saying it's you, Aquarius. I feel like it's someone around you. I think that you have to monitor your thoughts and listen. Make sure you are certain of all of the facts. Make sure, surrender to silence. Listen well. In old times, this phrenology, in the Victorian era, physicians practiced phrenology, and they thought that by doing this, they could, feeling the bumps on people's heads, would define people. They could find out people's characters by reading the bumps, shape and size of their heads. If your days are filled with kind of an aimless energy, and you focused on watching reality TV or scrolling through social media, your head can be filled with a lot of pointless internal chatter, and it takes you off your path. There's inconsistent plans here, so stop for a while, turn down the volume, turn off the social media, give in to rest, silence. You're more likely to hear and to listen to what Spirit is trying to tell you. And when it comes to this impasse, what should I do? You're unlikely to hear the information if there's a whole lot of noise around you. So use your own head rather than accepting advice from others. Listen to your intuition, listen to your instincts. Pay attention to what is being said. Really pay attention. And then think logically. Because 2026 is going to be a time when you're going to have to rely on good old-fashioned common sense. But sadly, that seems to be missing in a lot of people. So when it comes to making a decision, reaching this impasse, if you're in competition with someone around you, or if there's conflict with someone around you, and you've reached an impasse, stop, rest, retreat, and really think about, and on a common sense level, whether this is something that you should continue to do. Because steadfastness becomes stubbornness at some point. And the stubbornness could be just an intention to win, to undermine others, to make someone pay for whatever reason, So I do feel that at this time, especially if you're moving, especially if you're becoming pregnant, stability in your life is required. For you, I think it's about making concrete plans for the future. If you need more information, make sure that you seek expert advice. So if you research carefully what you need to know to be certain about any decision that you make or planning your next move. If you do so, the outcome will be successful. If you don't, then you're just going to kind of get mired in this in this restrictive energy, in this sense of feeling like it takes away all of your energy. It drains you. Don't dive straight into a situation without thinking. Make sure you're certain of all the facts. Stop, wait, look, listen. Okay, Aquarius, that's a pretty strong message that's coming through for you guys. So, I would, because I can sense you now just resisting it. Spirit is asking you to be open to the message so that it could come through. Now, in June, we've got the White Buffalo, which is the Ace of Pentacles. And look, this is prosperity, a gateway to prosperity. It's not lost, guys. You have not lost this. You have not lost this. I do feel that you've been taken off the path here by muddled thinking, or someone trying to muddle your thinking. It could be this person here. Someone trying to deliberately muddle. But it's really weird, because when I see this white buffalo and this portal, it tells me that you have unique abilities that are yours alone. So you don't have to copy, you don't have to look at other people, compare yourself to other people. No, you've always had, we see the unicorn here, a very unique gifts that are uniquely your own. So rather than focus on what other people are doing, this is an opportunity for you to sow your own seeds, to walk your own path, if you will, that will lead to prosperity. But first, you have to make sure that you don't lose out on this opportunity by focusing too much on things that are something that you were really, really focused on for probably a long time, and it's now become so much a part of you that you have a hard time pivoting, you have a hard time of a changing course. But Spirit is asking you to stop, stand back, and be certain about this path that you're on. Is it the right path? Because there's an opportunity for you to move off in another direction that is uniquely your own path. If you've been following someone else and trying to emulate their success, that person's path is their own to follow, and you have your own path. And it's here again for you to take up, and Spirit's really urging you to do that. Now in July, the Three of Swords, fulfillment, and the Queen of Swords. Now this is you, Aquarius, being discerning when it comes to what it is that's truly going to fulfill you. You're moving away here from emotional storms of the past. You're cutting the cord to anything that, or anyone, which has caused strife, chaos, and misdirection in your life. I get some kind of magician energy around you. Someone who, I don't know, it feels like sleight of hand. It feels like smoke and mirrors. It feels like someone who made you get all mixed up in what you want. You know, if you say it's black to this person, they'd say, no, it's not, it's white. You know, it could be a little bit of gaslighting going on as well here, Aquarius, in the past. But I see this as you looking very, very steadfast into the future. And your head is above the clouds here. So you're seeing very clearly when it comes to the next thing that you should do. So this impasse, I do feel that you're going to decide to go in a new direction, to pivot. You know, I see this Seven of Swords as you pivoting. And fulfillment tells me that this is going to be the right course for you. Moving away from chaos, strife. Summertime looks like freeing yourself. August, we've got the Four of Swords. And this is a time of quiet reflection, being in the flow, and the Ace of Wands. For some of you, you could be deciding to move away, to move in another direction from a person, from a job. I see you doing that in June, July, and then in August I get a time of transition, a time to heal. With this flow and the Ace of Wands, it's quieting your mind, meditating, allowing creativity to come towards you, Aquarius. You know, there's an energy of waiting, not doing anything drastic, because it seems like you've made a choice to move towards what is personally fulfilling for you. You're pivoting away from this other direction, which I don't know. It feels like something that was definitely a bumpy road. So there's a little bit of there's a lot of creativity here. There's stuff happening, but on the surface, I feel like it's rather a slow moving month, August. In September, we've got the Camel. And this is conserving energy. Again, for some of you, you could be pregnant. I am getting that. Again, won't be for everyone. Focus, yes, and the World card. Yes, I think that whatever this is that's completing out this cycle, you decided, this is not fulfilling me anymore. It's not adding anything to my life. It's just creating disharmony, discord. When you're completing out that cycle and realizing that, it's been a long, hard road, and I've learned a lot through this, you're actually going to achieve quite a lot. Now, I'm not seeing this as material wealth. I'm seeing this as a lot of wisdom with that Queen of Swords. You've gained a lot of wisdom through going through this experience. You have. And now I do feel that you are becoming more focused on Okay. Yeah. It feels like tackling something else. Now, the steadfast energy along with the focus, it doesn't feel like you start the year and end the year with the same focus. I feel like the focus is going to change, Aquarius. Yeah, your focus is going to change. It feels like rising above. There's a lot of transcendence here, evolution. These mountains symbolize rising above situations, reaching greater heights. Snow at the peak represents pristine clarity. And of course, mountain peaks are often seen as the destination of seekers, spiritual pilgrimages. Yes, it feels like reaching a point in your life here is an understanding of what you focus on is what you will attract. So putting your attention on that which is worthwhile, concentrating on the thing that's worthwhile, directing your intent to that, rather than being scattered somewhere else or in many directions. Now, when your thoughts and actions are unfocused, it dilutes, it diminishes. It's much easier to gain results when you're very sure and you're clear and concentrating on one path. So go forward and upward and you'll see results. Now, this is also an energy of experiencing transcendence and traveling to higher realms. So stay focused on elevating that higher consciousness. Now, I get an energy here of once you hear, once you see, once you listen, and quiet out the noise. You know, if there's someone around you who's trying to play those magic tricks, you know, the magician misdirects. He says, look over here while he's doing something over there. So be careful of magicians in your life, people who are trying to misdirect or mislead. Yeah? Okay, let's see. In October, Aquarius, we do have, the Emperor, Bald Eagle, Diligence, and the Seven of Cups in reverse. Well, this is being real with yourself, you know, not thinking of pie-in-the-sky fantasy when it comes to your personal goals and ambitions. For some of you, you're seeing someone around you in a different light. You're seeing someone's ambition as, or someone here who wants to take charge or be a leader. I feel it's this earth sign. It's someone who wants to control, money is very important to this individual. They may or may not be an earth sign, but I see them as someone who's very focused on business, controlling the finances. Yeah, there's a lot of ambition around that person. I think that you're seeing the gap between what they say that they're going to do and what they actually do. You know, this person around you, Aquarius, could talk a good game, but what have they actually done? You know, I think that you're recognizing the difference between someone who talks a lot or tries to do things by undermining others versus someone who's a true leader. And as I was saying earlier, that's more about someone who, a true leader is someone who will be leading by example, you know, but this is not that type of person. I think you're seeing that. You're seeing them as someone who isn't leading by example. For some of you, you're doing your due diligence. Sorry about the dogs outside, guys. You could be doing your due diligence here and looking into this person further and finding out that what they may have said was fantasy or something that they said was misleading. Some of them could be projecting. This other person's energy is someone who it feels very entitled, but doesn't actually do the work to get ahead. They don't actually, like, they say they want things to change in their life, but they don't ever do it. They blame, they take, they steal others' ideas, others' identities. I mean, you name it, all to get ahead, but not by doing it themselves. Let's see. And they're very focused on celebrity stuff, like, that's the be-all and end-all. I really hope that that's not you, Aquarius. For some of you, I think that you're seeing that this is not the be-all and end-all, this kind of energy. Yeah, it's not about doing something to try to be a celebrity or doing something to try to be famous. No, it's doing something that you're naturally talented at, gifted at, something that's a personal passion. Yeah, now let's see. In November, we've got the Stag. Now, this is the Hierophant, and this is business. And Voyage and the Moon. What do they want? What do they want? For some of you who are moving away from this Magician energy, they may reappear next year. They may be taking a voyage. For some of you, you may have children with this person. For some, you could even be married or in a committed partnership. But I do feel like through this experience, there is a learning about authority and what. Sorry about that, Aquarius. I just had the camera dropped out there for a minute, but I'm back. Yeah, this is about learning about authority. And it's been a journey. It's someone who's taken you along for, I don't want to say a ride, but it kind of feels like that. It feels like they've taken you on a bumpy ride. But it's one where there's a lot of knowledge to be gained. It's about authority and having personal authority, not letting others take your authority away from you. If there's something that you want, you can get it by your own talents. By putting someone else in charge of or giving them the authority over your work, your business, you may have ceded your power away to this person. But I do feel that you're learning about that, and there's an energy of taking your power back and pivoting, deciding on what it is that you want, what's important for you, not what's important or what this other person thinks you should be doing. Now in December, Aquarius, we do have the Elephant and Release and the Star, and there we are, right back at square one. We started with the Star, where you thought you wanted things a certain way, or were misled, or there was some sort of clouded, foggy energy around you there where you just didn't see. But then you're ending with the Star, but in a very different way, because this is justice. This is truth, and there's an energy of releasing what isn't the truth, releasing what isn't, what wasn't known. Okay, this is really hard, difficult energy, because what I'm sensing around you, Aquarius, is something that you don't know at the beginning, but boy do you know it at the end here, guys. I mean, and there is a massive release. I mean, it's like the obstacles that you think you have at the beginning of the year, you're going to find out what the real obstacle is throughout this journey of yours, and it has to do with personal power and authority, and not being misled or misguided along the way. release. Well, yeah, Aquarius, there's releasing a lot of things here, guys. This is surrendering to the truth and finding healing, finding power in that. This is about letting go of situations, people, objects that don't serve you, letting go of old, outmoded, self-limiting beliefs, everything that was there in January. Beliefs that drag you down. It's a time of stripping away superficial distractions, this celebrity thing here, whatever that is for you, until you reach who you are at your core. You are not this person, you are not that. Who are you, Aquarius? Through the journey of this year, you'll find out who you are at your very core. And if you're holding on to the old, it's difficult for the new to come into your life. So I feel that this is a year of clearing out energy, clearing out your environments, clearing out your body. Clear it out. Detox. To get ready for the old, you must release. To get ready for the new, rather, you must release the old way of doing things. This is the natural law of things. It'll all come out in the wash. I mean, if anything was untrue, if that magician energy, this misleading energy, it's all going to come out in the wash. And by the end of the year, I see you ready to let go of that, to take back your personal power. Now, overall, we do have the Devil, Chaos, and Nine of Wands, Scorpion energy. Yeah, I mean, again, when it comes to this steadfastness, if you steadfastly go towards something that you know is causing chaos, causing disruption, this Devil energy, if you keep going with that, knowing that it's taking you off course, I mean, what is the point in that? What is the point of that? If you're constantly responding to some kind of chaos, it could be someone around you, this magician energy that I'm picking up. It appears to be like someone who is, you wouldn't ever dream could have these kind of tyrannical kind of thoughts. They appear to be very different to what they think inside. They really are this very toxic energy, this Devil energy here. And this is someone who creates chaos. This is having to walk on eggshells because of this chaotic energy. You have a real chance here, Aquarius, of healing this. But you're going to have to stand up to it. You're going to have to stand up to it. Put your foot down and say no to anything that creates disruption or chaos in your life, and refocus your energy instead on leading with your light. And what do I mean by that? It means that rather than focusing on trying to get ahead by looks or by social media likes and that kind of thing, do the noble thing. Do the thing that's unique. What are your unique talents? Create independence when it comes to your work. Some of you maybe have to rethink a business partnership. When it comes to the public eye, of course, there's an element here of needing to put on a certain amount of a mask. We all do it, and especially people in the public eye. But if you can come across and be your unique self, confident self, if you can be authentic, inspiring, passionate about what it is that you are passionate about, rather than mimicking or looking at what other people are doing and comparing yourself. People will notice you, you'll get ahead, you will have success as long as you're doing something that is from your passions, from your heart base, something that you really want. anyone who just goes out there and wants to be famous, it comes across as superficial, it comes across as fake, and it just doesn't work, guys. So find that thing that makes you unique, find that things that makes you talented, whatever that is, and work towards that, okay, guys? And then be certain you want it. Because I get, for some of you, you may decide that you'd rather live a more sedate life, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So I'm reading for a lot of Aquarius here, so some of you will be going towards this dream, this goal. For others of you, you're going to pivot away from that and move more towards something that feels more authentic and unique for you, which could be what it is that is your personal truth, and having to heal from this other situation here. I don't know if you were influenced, or it seems like a very powerful influence around you guys, but yeah, Aquarius, let's see. It's this magician energy that I feel. Let's get a card from this deck. Message for Aquarius. Seek a wise elder. Yes. Some of you may be talking to a father or father figure. Some of you, it could be a lawyer, doctor. Lift the curse, forgive. For some of you, Aquarius, you may have been really focused on someone that you thought was, you were comparing yourself to. For some of you, you may have wished ill intent on that individual. In that case, I do believe that there's an energy here of, rather than comparing yourself to other people, working from a place of ego, fearing this person as someone who you think is perhaps more talented, more gifted, whatever, rather than look at them with ill intent or wishing bad things for that person. It really is about making sure that you clear your energy, detox. I mean, even when I'm going to use an example. Let's use an example of, let's say an actress goes for a role, and another actress gets the role that she really wanted, right? Well, is she going to serve herself by sitting there in a dark room, constantly focusing on this other person, going, oh my gosh, that person's got my opportunity, I'm going to dig my heels in here and then believe that was for me for the rest of my life. I'm going to become bitter and twisted and angry at this person and do everything I can to bring bad fortune on that individual. What does that do for this person that's doing that? Well, it makes them not achieve anything, because they're so focused on what's happening to this person that they feel has got the better opportunity, that they're not focusing on what they need to change in their life. Pivot, amend, make adjustments, do things differently, use their own talents. That role may have not been suited to someone, for that person's unique talents and gifts, and the next one will be, Let's see, anything else here for Aquarius? Interesting reading. I do feel like this is about power and how we use power. Power of thought. Thinking bad things on another person can bring about chaos, disharmony, injustice towards the person who's giving it, directing it that way. And we have seek the wisdom of your shamanic guides. Yeah, again, seeking wisdom of others. Is this the right thing to do? Why do I feel that this is the right thing to do? Are you sure before you make any kind of choice, any kind of decision? Are you sure? Are you certain? Are you being, look, There are many reasons why another person's journey is their own, and we really can't focus on too much of the details there. You know, the devil is in the details. Let's see, what is the message here for Aquarius? Melusine, love who you are. Yeah, love who you are, not who anyone else is. When we talk about Melusine, this is the card. It's number 1, so definitely new beginning energy. And with this one, of course, it is about if you feel like you've been rejected, if you're struggling to fit into an environment, if you feel like you've had to change to fit in. This is about being very true to yourself. You know, this is someone who doesn't lose herself. Yeah, never loses herself. This is someone who's learned to come out as her true self and love who she is. That is a very powerful attractor. This is someone who embraces her whole journey, you know, learning, wisdom. You've got a key here, guys. The key to open the door to who you truly are. Your true feelings about self-worth and self-love may have been hidden, but now they will be revealed and healed. This is not about denying who you truly are. This is about coming out and showing your true self, your unique gifts, your unique abilities. That's the key that will take you far. Not worrying about other people's stuff. You know, that's a bumpy road. And the thing is, we never really know what goes on behind the scenes as well. When we see the outside, we see the superficiality, but we don't know what that person's done, how much work that they put in, all of that, you know. So you have to concentrate here, Aquarius, on creating your own destiny, your own success, your own life. I'm going to leave it there for you, Aquarius. Wish you all the very best. If you'd like a personal reading, of course, you can reach out. My links are down below. Please take care. Thank you all for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, and your hypes. I do appreciate. Thank you so much for watching. Aquarius, if this isn't your reading today, feel free to check out your other sign placements here on the channel. And I wish you a happy, healthy, safe holiday and New Year. Bye for now, Aquarius.